Maverick. Release date, June 26, 2020. After nearly 3.5 decades, we weren't begging Hollywood for another Top Gun per se. Of course, we didn't demand a third Bad Boys movie either, but that long-delayed sequel wound up being a blast. So here's hoping that Top Gun Maverick keeps this trend going.
Your reputation precedes you.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
Tom Cruise is back in the cockpit as Pete Mitchell, who's been promoted from a lieutenant to a captain since we last saw him. He'll always be a maverick in our eyes, though. Along with other familiar faces like Val Kilmer's Iceman, we'll also be seeing fresh blood like Miles Teller as Goose's son, whose nickname is naturally Rooster. With an emphasis on practical effects over CGI, the film should take the action to new heights. Number 4, The King's Man. Release date, September 18th, 2020. From Kick-Ass to X-Men First Class, Matthew Vaughn has established himself as one of this generation's definitive action directors. The Kingsman movies have perhaps been the best showcase for his talents, however.
But there are other ways of doing your duty. You're going to need a suit.
The first Kingsman was largely about passing the umbrella from one generation to another. The King's Man is going back to the beginning, though, centering on those who paved the way for Harry Hart and Eggsy Unwin.
While governments wait for orders, our people take action.
With the early 20th century and World War I providing the backdrop, the film looks very different from its predecessors, but still in the same spirit. Whereas the prior two films were love letters to James Bond and other classic spy thrillers, Vaughn compared this prequel to Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Zhivago, implying he's made a modern action epic. Number 3, F9. Release date, May 22nd, 2020. Hobbs and Shaw are off having their own adventures, but F9 will nonetheless be a family reunion in more ways than one. We cannot think of a better action star to play Dom's estranged brother than John Cena, who was tailor-made for this franchise.
No one outruns their past.
I am more easy, you trying your best to become me.
And mine just caught up to me. Been a long time, Dom.
In order to settle the score with his criminal bro, Dom must turn to some old friends and old enemies.
Your whole life, you pushed yourself to be faster than Dom, smarter than Dom, stronger than Dom. But could you kill him?
Charlize Theron is back as the calculating Cypher, but the trailer's selling point was the revelation that Sung Kang is back as Han. Who says a social media campaign can't deliver justice? The action looks especially bonkers, even by Fast and Furious standards, with rocket cars, magnet planes, and a complete disregard for the laws of physics. We love it.
Please tell me that's not a Pontiac Fiero strapped to a rocket engine?
Impressive. I know.
No, that's not impressive.
Number 2, Tenet. Release date, July 17th, 2020. If you want an action film that'll make your heart race and stimulate your mind, you can always rely on Christopher Nolan. After tackling World War II and Dunkirk, Nolan's next film revolves around World War III. More specifically, Tenet is about preventing another world war via time travel.
That test you passed? Not everybody does. Welcome to the afterlife.
The trailer doesn't exactly explain how time travel works in this universe, although we assume DeLoreans and Terminators are not involved. What we can say is that the style, tone, and action appear to be drawing on the same lines as Inception.
All I have for you is a word. Tenet. It'll open the right doors, some of the wrong ones too.
Whereas Inception took us inside people's dreams, however, Tenet will turn the fabric of time upside down. Like all Nolan films, this is one that we definitely want to experience on the biggest screen imaginable.
Don't try to understand it. Feel it.
Oh man, I do love me a good action movie. And also a good time travel movie. You know what, Christopher Nolan, if you want to put a DeLorean in Tenet, I will not personally stand in your way. But I digress. I would say that our number 1 on this list is a pretty sharp left turn from number 2, but I know you guys are going to be excited about it. So let's psych ourselves up with some honorable mentions, and then we'll name our most anticipated action movie of 2020.
don't you tell us what the real mission is?
I need your head here.
One way or another, I want to get some answers.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Godzilla vs. Kong. Release date, November 20th, 2020. Remember when we all thought that this would forever be the definitive showdown between Kong and Godzilla?
Look at that.
As much as we love watching actors duking it out in suits, this monster mash is long overdue for an upgrade. While fans have mixed feelings about Legendary's past re-entries to the MonsterVerse, it's hard to deny that these are some of the most visually stunning kaiju movies ever produced. The action has also been consistently solid, and the studio is breaking out the big guns, or we guess the big claws and paws, for Godzilla vs. Kong. As long as they keep the focus on the titular monsters over the humans, we don't see how this crossover could be anything less than awesome.
He fought for us, died for us. He is not only proof that coexistence is possible,